Good evening. Welcome to Samartha Medical and IIT Academy online interactive classes. So today we are going to discuss very small chapter, interesting chapter, magnetism and matter. Right. First of all, what is magnetism and what is magnet? So magnet means it is a piece of matter. It has both attractive and directive properties. Now what is meant by attractive property? Suppose this is the bar magnet is kept near to the magnetic materials, then this bar magnet attract the magnetic materials. This property is called attractive property. Now what is meant by directive property? Suppose this is the bar magnet having north pole and south pole. This bar magnet is suspended freely, then itself it aligns in the direction of geographical north and geographical south. Because earth behaves like a magnet, bar magnet. Earth having magnetic property. So it aligns in the direction of north pole is aligns in the direction of geographical north, south pole is aligns in the direction of geographical south. Now what is meant by magnetism? The study of various effects produced by the magnet, the study of various properties of magnets, we call it is, or the study of various properties of magnetic materials, we call it is magnetism. Now how many types of magnets are there? Generally the magnets are two types. One is natural magnet and another is called artificial magnet. Now what is meant by natural magnets? The magnets which are available on the earth surface naturally are called natural magnets. Now what are the artificial magnets? The magnets which are made into the piece of iron, which are made into acquiring the property of natural magnets, are called artificial magnets. Now what are the example for natural magnets? So the example for natural magnets are magnetites. But what are the example for artificial magnets? So generally the man-made magnets are called artificial magnets, like bar magnet, magnetic needle, and horseshoe magnet and ball-ended magnets. Now we are going to discuss what are the basic properties of magnets. Basic properties of magnets. First one is, number one, attractive property. Attractive property. Directive property. Directive property. It's the third one. Inductive property. Fourth one, magnetic poles exist in pair. Fifth one, magnetic like poles are attract, repel each other. Like poles repel and unlike poles attract. Now directive property. Suppose this is called bar magnet. This bar magnet, first attractive property. Attractive property. This is called bar magnet. This bar magnet is kept near to the magnetic material, then it attracts the magnetic materials. This property is called its attractive property. Next, directive property. When the bar magnet is suspended freely, it aligns in the direction of geographical south and geographical north. This property is called directive property. Next, inductive property. Inductive property means, suppose these are the magnetic materials. This is the magnetic materials or iron filling. When we kept near to the bar magnet, these iron filling is aligned in a particular direction. So how it is aligns? It's north and south. In this iron filling, each piece it acts as a one bar magnet. So it acts, each piece acts one. Here south pole is there. It's each piece of south pole attract each piece of north pole. So here north will form south. Like all these pieces are aligned in one direction. Before that, this is the unmagnetized. This becomes magnetized. This property is called inductive property. Otherwise, we can say that suppose an iron piece or steel, when we rub together with bar magnet or any magnetic materials, then iron piece and steel pieces acquiring magnetic properties. This property is called inductive property. This phenomena is called inductive property. Next, like poles repel, unlike poles attract. Magnetic poles exist in a pair. Suppose this we call it is one bar magnet. One bar magnet. Every bar magnet having north pole and south pole. Now it is cut into two parts. When cut into two parts, then these are the two pieces. Then these two pieces behaves as a one bar magnet. That means having north pole and south pole. Again it cut into two pieces. Again north pole, south pole form. If it is cut into small pieces, then again it forms north pole, south pole. That means every bar magnet having two poles are called north pole and south pole. These north pole and south poles exist in pair always. Like poles attract and like poles repel and unlike poles attract. Suppose these two are bar magnets. This is the one bar magnet, is the another bar magnet, is the north pole, south pole. This is north pole, south pole, and we kept near south pole always repel, and north pole, south pole always attract. Now, before going to discuss lesson, we need some basic definitions. What are the basic definitions? Magnetic poles, magnetic equator, magnetic axis, magnetic pole strength, next magnetic dipole, next magnetic dipole moment. Now first one, magnetic poles. Every bar magnet having two poles, north pole and south pole. At the south and north having more attractive property. So the magnetic poles we defined, the place in the magnet where the attractive power is more are called magnetic poles. And here the attractive power is less. This we call it is neutral point. Next, magnetic axis and equator. Suppose this is the bar magnet, having north pole and south pole. A straight line going from north pole to south pole is called magnetic axis. This is the magnetic axis. And a line passing from center of magnet and perpendicular to magnetic axis, this we call it is magnetic equator. Next, magnetic length. Consider this is the bar magnet having north pole and it's the south pole. So generally magnetic length we defined the shortest distance from south pole to north pole is called magnetic length. This magnetic length generally we denoted by 2L. For easy calculations, this becomes L, this is L. For easy calculations we denoted by 2L. Now this length we call it is from south to north we call it is length, magnetic length. So this we call it is geometrical length. And which is greater? Magnetic length is greater or geometrical length is greater? That means magnetic length always less than geometrical length. Next, magnetic pole strength. Suppose this is the bar magnet having north pole and south pole. So this attractive power means every magnet having attractive power. So this attractive power, north pole attractive power, we indicated by one. North pole or south pole attractive powers are indicated by one definition, one word, that we call it is magnetic pole strength. So this pole strength we indicated by small m. Here, like positive charge, negative charge. We are also indicated north pole strength we indicated plus m, and south pole strength is indicated by minus m. Like it's a plus q and minus q. So this plus q and minus q are the electrical charges. Now what are the magnetic charges here? Magnetic charges here are the plus or minus m. Magnetic pole strength means the ability of the attractive power, the ability of the magnet which attract or repel another bar magnet, we call it is pole strength. So it is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. And its units are ampere meter, dimension formula m power 0 only its length, L power 1, T power 0, A power 1. Next, magnetic dipole. Magnetic dipole. Dipole means there are two poles are there. One is north pole and another one is south pole. It's a plus m and minus m. These two poles are separated by certain distance. This constitutes an magnetic dipole. An arrangement of two poles at a certain distance is constitute an magnetic dipole. Magnetic dipole moment. Magnetic dipole moment. Magnetic dipole moment. Magnetic dipole moment we defined as it is the product of pole strength and its magnetic length. Then what it indicates? Magnetic poles, dipole moment, what it indicates? It indicates the strength of given bar magnet. So now how to define magnetic dipole moment? Capital M, its pole strength and its length of bar magnet. It is a vector quantity because we are multiplied scalar and vectors. Scalar into vector, the resulting is a vector. In a bar magnet, the direction of dipole moment is always from south to north, and it is a vector quantity. It's a vector quantity, and its units, its m units. Ampere meter, length of bar magnets, magnetic length, it's m, and units we denoted by ampere meter square. It's a dimension formula m power 0, L power 2, T power 0, A power 1. It's the dimension formula. Now we are going to discuss various applications of resultant magnetic moment while cutting the bar magnet, bending the bar magnet. So now I am going to discuss cutting the bar magnet. cutting the bar magnet. First one, let's say this is the bar magnet, it's north pole and south pole. So now it is divided into two parts. It is divided into two parts. Now when it is cut into two parts, again two poles form, north and south. Here magnetic material is remain same. Here material is does not divided. Only length of bar magnet is divided. Length of bar magnet is divided. That means attractive power of bar magnet is remain same. Length becomes half. Its length of bar magnet 12, pole strength M. Now what is the magnetic moment? M into 2L. Then what happened here? Here its matter remains same. Its area of cross section remains same. When area of cross section remains same, all the dipoles are same. Attractive power is also same. Now it's a new dipole moment, new pole strength we indicated by small m, and new magnetic length of each piece indicated by it's a 2L by 2 because we divide into half. Now what is the magnetic moment of each piece? M dash is equal to small m dash into 2L dash. M dash is equal to small m means, and length becomes half, 2L by 2. M into 2L, then we can write it is M by 2. M into 2L, capital M. That means when it is divided into half, each bar magnetic moment, each piece magnetic moment becomes M by 2. Second one, suppose we divide the bar magnet along the axial line like this. When we divide the axial line, see how many pieces are formed? Two pieces. Two bar magnets are formed. This is the one bar magnet and this is the another bar magnet. Here length of bar magnet remains same, but what happened? Pole strength becomes half. Why? Because when we divided, the magnetic material is divided. Its area of cross section divided means magnetic material is divided. Attractive power also becomes reduces half. Here its original magnetic length 12, pole strength M, magnetic dipole moment M into 2L. Here each piece length 2L remains same. Pole strength becomes half because half means its material becomes half, and length becomes 2L. Now new magnetic moment M dash into its 2L, and M dash is equals to M by 2 into its 2L. M by 2 into 2L. M dash is equals to M by 2 into 2L. This becomes M dash is equals to M into 2L, capital M by 2. Now each piece magnetic moment M by 2, here also it's M by 2. Third one, that means according to these two examples, when the bar magnet is divided into axial line or equatorial line, each piece becomes its attractive power. Here attractive power remains same, here decreases, but magnetic dipole moment in both cases becomes reduced to half. Now in the third case, suppose these two pieces are bent in the form of perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular to each other. That means south it's north south, north. When we kept like this perpendicular to each other, then here what is the magnetic moment? M by 2. Its magnetic moment M by 2. Now already we know magnetic moment from south to north in this direction. Here also south to north in this direction. So both are acting perpendicular to each other. It's M by 2 and M by 2. So resultant magnetic moment we can calculate in two methods. When first one vector method. Vector method. See, now we consider this is the x-axis, y-axis. Upward is plus j and downward is minus j cap. Positive direction plus I cap. It's minus I cap. Minus I cap. That means this dipole moment is along negative j cap. The resultant dipole moment m dash is equal to m by 2 minus j cap plus m by 2 it's I cap. Like we are using the parallelogram law. Resultant R is equals to root over p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. So here theta is how much? And both of them it's 90 degrees. Now resultant magnetic moment, its magnitude of each one m by 2 whole square plus m by 2 whole square. So we'll get m dash is equal to m by root 2. Suppose we divide into three pieces. We divide into three pieces. This is the, and three pieces are kept in the U shape. This is the bar magnet. When we divide into three pieces, magnetic pole strength remains same because matter is not divided, area of cross section is not divided. So matter is not divided. Here only length is divided. We divide into three equal parts. So length 2L becomes each piece length 2L by 3. Then magnetic pole strength m dash into its 2L dash. M dash is equals to m into 2L by 3. M dash is equals to m by 3. That means each magnetic moment m by 3, m by 3, m by 3. Now we place in the form of U shape. U shape. South, it's north, south, north, south, north, south, north, south, north. So m dash is equals to, this is the minus j cap direction, m by 3 minus j cap direction. Here plus I cap direction, m by 3 plus I cap. Here south to north plus j cap direction. Both are cancelled. Resultant magnetic m by 3 plus I cap direction plus I cap direction. Both will cancel, becomes m by 3. And we can use second method also. Second method. Already we know pole strength definition is a product of, magnetic moment definition, it is a product of pole strength into effective length. Effective length means the shortest distance from south pole to initial south pole to final north pole. So this gives the shortest distance. How much it gives? It's 2L by 3. 2L by 3. So its m dash is equals to m into pole strength remains same. Its effective length is 2L by 3. M into 2L original magnetic moment capital M. M dash is equals to capital M by 3. So direction from south to north. This is the cutting of bar magnet. Now we are going to use bending of bar magnet. It's a important topic, and this concept is came in 2014, 2013. It's neat. It's bending of bar magnet. Suppose this is the bar magnet. Magnetic pole strength M, magnetic length 2L, magnetic dipole moment M into 2L. Now it is bent in the form of an arc. When it is bent in the form of arc, then what is the new magnetic moment of the bar magnet? This is the bar magnet. We bent in the form of arc at an angle theta. Then what is the new magnetic moment of bent bar magnet? Suppose this is the bar magnet. We bent in the form of an arc at an angle theta. It's north pole, south pole. It makes an angle theta. Now we have to draw the shortest distance from south to north. That means here forms theta by 2. It's theta by 2. It's O, A, B, C. Y. Here also Y. First, in order to find magnetic dipole moment, M dash is equals to small m into, this is the effective length we have to find. Already we know it is not cutting, just we are bending. While bending, its pole strength remains same. Pole strength does not change. Now first we have to find effective length. We know the formula, angle is equal to arc length by radius. Let's say it's radius capital R. Now here makes an angle theta. So theta is equals to arc length how much? This gives the arc length, it's a 2L. It's a 2L by capital R. From here R is equals to 2L by theta. From triangle OAB, sin theta by 2 equal to opposite side by hypotenuse y by r. From here we can write y is equals to r sin theta by 2. But what is effective length? 2L effective is equal to effective length AB plus its BC. So 2L effective. AB means y plus y, this equal to 2y, this equal to 2 into r sin theta by 2. This is the effective length. Now we can calculate effective magnetic moment, total magnetic moment M dash is equal to pole strength M does not change. And what is effective length? 2r sin theta by 2. Here we got the radius of arc. M dash is equals to M into 2 into 2L by theta into sin theta by 2. m dash is equals to 2l into m capital M. So 2m sin theta by 2 by theta by theta. This is the resultant magnetic moment formula. Now suppose this arc is bent in the form of 60 degrees. That question is came in 2013 NEET. If the magnet is bent in the form of 60 degrees, that means if theta is equals to 60 degrees, sin 60 by 2, that is sin 30. Sin 30 means 1 by 2. It's a magnetic moment. Here important point is theta must be in radians, not in degrees. So sin 60 means 5 by 3, sin 30 is 1 by 2. Now magnetic moment 2m sin 30 1 by 2 by pi. So 2 to cancel, resultant magnetic moment is m by pi. Suppose this bar magnet is bent in the form of 180 degrees. If theta equals to 180, here theta by 2 and sin 90. Sin 90 means 1. Here 1, so m dash is equals to 2m by pi. This is the formula. Suppose this its bar magnet is bent in the form of circle. Circle means 360 degrees. Theta equal to 360 by 2, sin 180 is 0. The effective magnetic moment is 0. Otherwise, when we bent in the form of circle, effective length of from south to north is 0, then magnetic dipole moment is 0. Suppose consider two identical bar magnets. Two identical bar magnets are placed three sides of an equilateral triangle. Then what is the resultant magnetic moment? This we are going to find. Three magnets are placed. Three identical bar magnets are placed three sides of equilateral triangle. South, north, south, north, south, north. Each magnetic dipole moment is capital M. Capital M. South to north, capital M. South to north, capital M. Now, what is the resultant magnetic moment of this arrangement? So, take this is the y-axis. This we have to consider x-axis. First, this dipole moment is acting along positive x-axis. In previous diagram drawing, this is acting positive x-axis. This acting in this direction. Means here, this is equilateral triangle 60 degrees, 60 degrees. Here 60 means 30 degrees. This is the 30 degrees. So, this magnetic moment makes 30 degrees. This magnetic moment makes here 30 degrees. Now, we resolve into two components. M cos 30. In this direction, M sin 30. In this direction, M cos 30. Because it makes an angle theta with y axis. This makes M sin 30. Here m sin 30 means 1 by 2. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. M by 2 plus m by 2. This becomes m. Sin 30 cancel. M cancel because these are the vectors acting opposite direction. Then what happened? Resultant magnetic moment becomes 0. M equal to 0. This is also came in the previous question in various competitive exams. Suppose this is the bar magnet is divided into two pieces. Its magnetic moment m initially. When it is divided into two pieces, equal pieces, its magnetic moment m by 2 and m by 2. First piece is kept in the same, it's south north, but second piece is bent in the form of an arc. It's 180 degrees. Now what is the resultant magnetic moment in this arrangement? This is the previous question in some competitive exams. It came. So here also it's north and south. When it is this piece is arranged here, it means its magnetic moment is m by 2. Let's say its m1 is equals to m by 2. Now this magnetic moment, this piece is bent in the form of semicircle. Theta is equals to 180 degrees. Now use arc formula. It's 2m sine 180 by 2 by its pi. Sine 90, this is the 2m by its pi. But what is here? M means m by 2. That means this magnetic moment m2 is equal to it's 2m by pi. So both are acting in the same direction. Resultant magnetic moment m1 plus it's m2 because these two are vectors are acting in the same direction. It's m by 2 plus 2m by pi. So same these two pieces are arranged in the different way. Suppose one is in straight bar and another is bent in the form of semicircle. It's like this. It's south, north, it's north, south. Otherwise, it's south, it's north. Now, what is the resultant magnetic moment in this case? Already we know this magnetic moment is m by 2. Now, already this is the magnetic moment when it is bent in the form of semicircle. It's 2m by pi. Now, what is the resultant magnetic moment? Here, two vectors are acting. One is this direction and another is in this direction. It's m by 2. It's 2m by pi. We use the parallelogram law. What is the parallelogram law? This is the p bar and it's q bar. It makes an angle theta. This is the resultant gives. It's a formula. R is equals to root over p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. Here how much is the theta? Theta is 90 degrees. Now the resultant root over m by 2 whole square plus 2m by pi whole square plus it's 2 into m by 2 into 2m by pi. It's cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. Now m dash is equals to root over m by 2 whole square plus 2m by pi whole square. Thank you.